Welcome back to another episode of Q&A with Hyde, where I answer the questions you're all dying to know about me. Today's video is once again sponsored by our patrons on Patreon, where you can get private Discord access, Patreon exclusive merch, private Snapchat access, meet and greets, behind the scenes of my photography business and my bands, plus getting your questions answered right here on this YouTube series and a ton more. Patreon.com/bokuwahyde. Make sure if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you know when we upload new episodes here on the video. And without further ado, let's get into these questions. If I could be as big as EVH, would I want to be? I think that kind of depends. Maybe not necessarily in the same ways he was famous and big, but if I could have that level of success doing what it is that I do with my community and my patrons, I would say sure, why not? Do I like roller coasters? Not really. The amusement parks, depends on what it is. I've never been a big fan of roller coasters in general. They've always just kind of frightened me. There has been some roller coasters that I've enjoyed. I think California Adventure had that big Mickey Mouse one where it spun around. For some reason I liked that, but other roller coasters freak me out. It doesn't make sense. But I have not been to an amusement park in many years. So I couldn't tell you. I actually think the last time I went to an amusement park was probably 2007. Ooh, if I got to pick an 80s band that I would have wanted to be in, that's a tough question. I probably would have picked a band like Rat. That's the first one that came to my mind. I'd probably say Rat, just so I can be on stage and play along and learn from Warren DeMartini. I've actually never been to a haunted house. I would imagine it'd be kind of cool. Well, I guess I kind of take that back. Me and a friend of mine made a haunted house one year that actually was kind of a hit. It did really well. We had a lot of people come over and they really enjoyed it. But aside from the one that we made, I've actually never been to another haunted house. So for the patrons that are on the top 2 tiers, more specifically the Bloodborne tier, and I travel out to go meet the patrons and do meet and greets with them, yes, I will be filming the experience and try to make some content out of that. Again, like I said, this is more tailored towards the Bloodborne tier just because this is a tier where I'm specifically flying out to that patron and meeting up with them and doing that whole thing. If I so happen to have my gear on me when we do the other meet and greets, we might do something like that. But for sure we could take some, photos and whatnot. But that one just kind of happens to be if we have that stuff on hand. Whereas the Bloodborne is going to be specifically tailored to bringing that equipment out to do that kind of thing. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Q&A with Hyde, where I answer the questions you're all dying to know. Make sure that you guys check out that Patreon if you have not already, so you can get your questions featured here as well as join us on our private Discord and take advantage of all the other perks and rewards that are on our Patreon, patreon.com/bokuwahyde, and we will see you guys on the next episode.